hook this up just a little bit higher as Amanda puts on my wig because we're talking all things wigs and hair tonight.
Yes,
Welcome to ThNOT Thursday Night on Tour. I still am not in love with that name, but you know what? It works and it tells you what we're here for. Mm-hmm. So welcome. If you don't know, and this is your first time tuning in, hi, my name is Nick Cartell. I am on the national tour of Les Miserables, and I play Jean Valjean. And this person standing right next to me, this is Amanda Levens. Why don't you introduce yourself and say what you do?
Hi, I'm Amanda, and I am the supervisor for hair, wigs, and makeup for the national tour of Les Mis.
That is correct. Mm-hmm. So you deal with all things hair related mm-hmm. and makeup related on the tour.
Yes.
Which is a very big department. Like, mm-hmm. because pretty much mostly everybody in this show wears a wig or some sort of hair accessory mm-hmm. at some point or another during the entire run of Les Mis. Mm-hmm. And I know we kind of chatted. I got a haircut this afternoon, so that's what also yep. Amanda has to also. She's in charge of haircuts, also during a tour. So, real quick, I want to tell them what you're doing right now as we are prepping for my first wig and makeup questions too. Yes, if you have makeup questions, please send them along. So this is my wig cap. Because I wear wigs the entire show, this hides my natural hair, so that way it doesn't go sticking out of mm-hmm. my wigs all night long.
It doesn't get caught on things. It helps hold your mic down.
Correct. So it kind of keeps everything contained. So I have a band on my head that has lace on the front here. Right? Isn't this mm-hmm. lace?
Yeah.
And then that way then I can have my microphone a little bit further down and then this back, and it keeps everything in place for me during the show. What do you use for dirt for the epilogue, or for the prologue, you mean?
Oh, for the prologue? It is Ben Nye Clean Dirt is what it's called.
And this is what we get.
It's this like kind of pudding textured, liquidy, gooey brown dirt makeup.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very messy.
It's very messy.
The tiniest bit goes a long way.
I mean, look, it just stuck on my fingers. Yeah. Now watch. I do this. It's like I can still add it in places to my face. So it looks like I've got extra dirt stains now. Mm-hmm. But I actually use this to apply it with. We found that this is the best use of technique to get it on in kind of like an uneven pattern and yet give mm-hmm. darker places and lighter places and stuff like that. So, so now Amanda's going to put on the first wig that I wear. Like I said, I wear wigs the entire show. So I have 4 wigs throughout the course of the show mm-hmm. that help me age through all the different aspects of my life. So this is the first one. Now, this one we call the Hathaway because I look like Anne Hathaway. I look like Anne Hathaway when I'm in it from the movie. Isn't that mm-hmm. fun? That's why I call it the Hathaway. Someone just asked, mm-hmm. Do you have a favorite wig? In the show.
My favorite wig is the most fun wig in the show, the Madame T wedding wig. It's everyone's favorite because she's so silly and so different and over the top, and so much fun compared to everybody else.
Yeah.
But I don't style that one currently anymore. The other wig person, Michael, styles that one now. I did when I was with the show last year, and then now I have a different job, and so that one is someone else's job to take care of.
That is very true. Mm-hmm. That is very true. So what's going to be interesting? So now the next thing that Amanda's going to do, she's actually going to glue down with Spirit. Is it Spirit gum?
This is Telesis silicone adhesive.
Great. So what this does is it helps to kind of glue the flappy wigs to my sideburns, so that way then we don't, as we say, we don't have wings. We can't fly away because the lace will just get lifted by the air.
Which you can barely see it on the video, but yeah.
Someone just asked, do I have a favorite wig? My favorite wig that I wear in the show is my mayor wig. I think it just I absolutely love it. It's a really nice wig. I just think the way that we have a wig designer who is out of the UK, Stefan, and so he made sure that there was some like gray in the sides to kind of age him a bit, and I really think that it matches my skin and it matches my natural hair color a bit, so it's really, really great. Yeah.
Because it's like, that's a big jump when you go to from when you go to prison to when you become the mayor.
Correct.
So
when I get out of prison,
20 years, and
and then
mayor.
Yeah, Tracy, I saw that you asked this. How do I keep my skin from getting irritated? So I actually use Kiehl's products. The nice thing is that because we do wear so much makeup, Amanda's great about making sure that we have the stuff that we need, that we know works for us to keep our skin from getting irritated or breakouts and things like that. Yeah. And so Kiehl's is what I like to use. I use the face wash. People use different stuff because nobody's skin is the same. So we all use different products, and she's remarkable that she gets to keep it all straight and figure out what we need.
We supply makeup wipes for everybody as a standard.
And they're all like, you know, cleansing, simple. They're they don't have scents in them. Yeah. So we all kind of use the same wipes that are very hydrating.
Yeah, and then for people who have to wear specialty makeup that we tell them they have to wear special makeup, then we provide some basic skincare items as well.
Yeah. Come on in. Hello, Michael. Hello. Someone also asked, so what other shows have you toured with, Amanda?
I've toured with Phantom and the Band's Visit, and a production of Jekyll and Hyde, and Flashdance, and The Grinch. Those are the big ones. Those are the big ones for now.
Yeah. And then you've also done a ton regionally and things like that.
I work pretty steady in Minneapolis. That's where I live when I'm at home. But I'm not at home much anymore.
That's right.
I'm not here.
But you also build wigs. Not only do you put them on, she also builds them. So, and that's a whole other, we can do a whole other, which we might do at some point. We'll do a whole other live at some point where you can actually see how it's all tied, hand-tied wigs and all that. Oh man, how are those Phantom prosthetics? Did you have to work with the prosthetics at all?
No. So Phantom, I joined the show as the hair assistant, and then I was promoted to the hair supervisor when someone else left. But there's a separate makeup supervisor for Phantom.
Because of how much makeup he has to wear in the show?
The Phantom makeup takes like about an hour to do every night. So one person was in charge of all the makeup for the whole show and doing the Phantom's makeup specifically.
Because also if something were to happen, if there was an understudy that had to go on, or if, say, that a piece of the prosthetic ripped, Amanda would not have time in the rest of her other track to then go and also do a full Phantom face. So usually it is two separate people. That's the way it's been since the beginning too.
There's only a few shows that have a specific makeup person on it, and Phantom is one of them. It's just too much for one person to be doing, so it's great. And the makeup supervisor on that, his name was Rudy, and he actually just passed away a couple weeks ago, and he was fantastic. He was so great.
He was like a legend in the industry. We will all miss him so dearly. He was such a great man to work with.
He was great. He was so like genuinely lovely all the time.
Yeah. He was really, really great.
So nice.
Really, really great.
And so great at doing the makeup.
Oh my gosh.
Just
because also like and I mean that's the thing is that like your hair and your wig and your makeup people become the other part of your job. Like they we are part of family now, right? So it's like we're always with each other. Amanda is always backstage doing all of my changes for my wigs. I do my own makeup, but she's always doing all of my changes for my wigs. So we always are checking in with each other. How's your day? How you going? What are you doing? Like we always are checking in with each other. And so when you have like a relationship like that, where you are working so close with somebody, it makes the job even better because you get to actually, it's not always consumed by Les Mis. We get to talk about real life things as well. So, now you have to go do another wig, correct?
I do. What time is it?
It is
7:11, so I am late to go see Preston.
So we're gonna go Here we go. We're gonna go on a little journey. Now we haven't told Preston that we're coming in because Preston is the next wig that Amanda takes care of. So we're gonna see if Preston will allow us to watch the process. Let's see. Hey Preston, are you good if I come in on a live? And they watch you get your wig on? Yeah. You sure?
Put some clothes on.
He's good. I mean, he has clothes on, but you know what I mean.
You're live now.
Yes, I'm live now.
Oh.
No worries. We're talking all things wigs tonight on my YouTube live.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I like to give people an education. So thanks for sticking with us.
That's what it's all about.
Exactly. Showing people the business behind the business.
Should I come back into the
No.
studio? No, we're good.
He's good. I don't have the camera on him at all, so
Okay, great.
we're good. Someone just said, hi, Preston.
Hi. Hi, whoever you are.
And we're going to chat with Amanda, too, but we're going to see it from the other side. Everybody's going to watch you get your wig on, if that's all right, Preston.
Totally.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So here we go. So Preston's grabbing the front, which is the lace part, and he pulls that down over his forehead. And then we kind of like maneuver the wig to make sure that it's in place. Like we can kind of go back and forth, kind of, there's a pocket, right? I guess is what you call it, to make sure that it's all kind of in the place. Someone asked, what is your favorite Javert wig that you get to wear?
Oh, my last one, the long
Your last one,
yeah,
the long hair. He's like a freaking rock star in that wig.
So I have like 3 different looks with it too, which is kind of fun.
And you get, when do you get that one on?
Right before Stars.
Right before Stars.
Yeah.
That's your wig for, okay.
Yeah.
How many wigs do you wear in the show?
3.
You wear 3 too?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
See? I didn't even know that. And then Amanda's going in and pinning in. So she pins on both of the sideburns. Great. Oops, sorry.
Right,
my finger's in the way.
My prep that's underneath.
Yep. And then do you do 2 in the back as well?
Yep.
So then there's 2 kind of in the back, see?
2 in the back, and there were 2 on the top. We already did those.
We did those. So this way, because of everything that we do in the show as far as fights and everything else, this way it's not going to go anywhere. That wig isn't going to move. So, and then Preston also has to gets the glue.
Yeah.
And then he also has to darken his sideburns and his mustache.
It's the mascara.
With the mascara. Is it waterproof?
It is.
There you
Not.
go. Not.
Thank God.
So
I had to think of that because I was like, we talked about doing waterproof at one point, but luckily I don't sweat too much during this show, so it doesn't run. But
good.
And I can get it off at the end of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like you would have to use such heavy astringent
like
to get that off. Yeah. We were talking earlier about like how do we take care of our skin, and I was saying that they're great that they get us the products that we need to make sure that we can make sure. So.
Yeah.
And of course he adds a few age lines.
Preston's in.
And off he goes.
We're good.
All right.
YouTube.
All right,
Thank you so
bye-bye.
much.
Yes. Yeah.
All righty. All right.
Okay.
We're going to go chat a bit more before she has to run downstairs. Do you need to run right now?
I do.
Okay.
I do have to go.
Can you come back up?
It's time to go see Fontaine. I can come up for a couple minutes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you go down, we'll ask you a few more questions when you come back up, and I will. I'll
Great.
take over and keep answering questions out here.
Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Woohoo! All right, everybody. So thanks for sticking with us. It's kind of. This is one of those things that, like a department like that, they have to make sure that they are. They're always on the move, right? They are the one department that at half hour, that's when they're here an hour and a half before the show starts. 15 minutes. They're here an hour and a half before the show starts, but then at the half hour call, that's when she's running back and forth and putting on wigs and everything like that. So we have a few minutes down there. What do they handle? Someone asked, what does the hair team handle here? So they handle all the wigs in the show, which is a lot. There's a lot of wigs that are used on stage every night. And if you think about all the wigs that we have, then there's an understudy set. So there's 2 understudies for at least every principal. And so that's all of those wigs as well that they have to wear because they have to look the same or have similar styling to what we do. There's a lot. There's a lot that they have to handle and travel. So not only is it dealing with the wigs, making sure that the styles look right, it's also the upkeep. The wigs have to be washed. They have to be restyled. They have to be dried. Just like human hair, all of it has to be done. And then any repairs that have to be done, if something, God forbid, a wig rips or lace rips, all of that has to be handled too, as well as all the makeup in the show. So she has to be sure that with new cast members that we have coming and joining, if there's a makeup plot for a certain character, like if Valjean, there's a new Valjean joining, if there is a new Valjean, all of this has to be given, that information has to be given to the person. So, and that is in the form of pictures and also, pictures and also like a chart that is also drawn out where everything goes. I used to have long hair as the prisoner. Thank you. Someone also mentioned that I used to have long hair at the prisoner, and then we got that cut. That hair was cut because they wanted to go with a similar look across the world for all the productions where Valjean has short hair and has like blood and scalp is showing and stuff like that for the beginning of the show. And this is actually nail polish. So that's what this is, but that's why we have a short hair now. I personally preferred the long hair look. I know that many did, but I can't do anything about that. This is what the producers want, and so I have to do what the producers want. But you know what? The short wig is growing on me. It does make it cooler. It does make it cooler at the top of the show, but because I am wearing a wig cap on top of this, it does get warm. Wigs do get warm during the show. I was talking to Amanda earlier. Come on in. That was so fast.
Yes.
That was so fast. Here, let's pull up a chair. Okay, we've got a couple questions. Okay. How many wigs?
Yes.
Do you know how many wigs are on? Do we travel?
Total, there's like 130 to 140.
Okay.
The
and
number
how many
changes.
on stage every night?
About 50. There's about 50 wigs every night.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where are most of the wig changes and costumes changes done? Are they on stage, off stage, backstage? Because you do like all over the place. You're all over the place with them. I'm just getting my shirt. Go ahead.
The ensemble wig changes are mostly backstage. A couple of them are right on the sides of the stage, but most of them are behind the stage. And then a lot of the principal changes are in their dressing rooms or backstage.
That's right. We have a whole wig makeup table that is in between, it's what we call wardrobe village. So it's like in the middle of the male identifying ensemble and the female identifying ensemble changing areas. There's a table that is dedicated just for wigs and makeup. Yeah. And it is like Grand Central Station.
It is. It's very busy. People moving in and out all the time.
In and out. And everybody knows the path and because we've all been working together, so it's just kind of like when it's your turn to go and you have to leave immediately when you're done. You can't dilly-dally.
And it's not all me. There's another person, Michael, that I mentioned before, who travels with the show as well. And Michael stays backstage for a lot of the show. Because I am not able to, because I'm running around to the dressing rooms. And then there are 2 locals hired every city to do the wigs as well.
Someone asked, when did you first realize that you wanted to do this? To do hair and makeup?
Probably in high school.
Okay.
Is when I started working like community theater productions, doing hair and makeup. But I've sort of always been kind of doing this job. I was a theater major in college, and I also have a cosmetology license, so I'm fully licensed to do all hair, skin, and nail jobs.
Great.
But even when I was a small child, I've been painting my own nails since I was like 9 years old. I had a little purse that I would carry around that had the little makeup sets that don't really do anything for children.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's always been a dream.
Somehow always, and now people pay me for this, which is great.
Listen, we love to see that.
Yeah.
So here's a question. Oh my God, at the end major, they need to make up hair code makeup. Question. So what advice would you give somebody out there that wants to go into this field?
You need to work with a lot of different people, as much as you can is what is available to you. I didn't learn everything that I know from one single person.
Of course not.
You learn from everybody you work with, and I still learn new things from different people, from every job. I still learn different things from the locals sometimes, of like seeing different ways that people do their job.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. For Nick, do you think getting a BFA in theater is important to be an actor? I don't think that getting a BFA in theater is important to be an actor. There are a lot of people that get into this industry in many different ways. Mm-hmm. Our Javert from 2017 was a business major and was producing for TV shows, and then was like, I really like singing, I'm gonna pick it up again and do it. And then he was on Broadway and did Javert as the Inspector Javert on the national tour. So there's no one right way into this industry, but I think that especially when it comes to more the technical aspect, working as much as you can in that department and learning as much as you can from different people is so helpful to also build up that experience.
Yeah, and not only working in the one thing. If you're only interested in one thing, it's also important to have a variety of skills.
Yes.
The more things you know how to do, the more you can get hired for.
That's right.
And have variety so you don't get burnt out on just one job. That's also very important.
Correct.
If we're only doing one thing forever, eventually it can get real old real quick.
Yeah.
I also think it's really important to at least experience a wide range of the skills required and the arts required for all of this, not just performing, not just one technical aspect, not just directing or something, because it all has to work together. All of it. We all work together. Nobody can do this with just one department, and one department can't do everything. One person can't do everything.
And it makes you appreciate how hard everybody else is working to make the finished product that you get to see on stage every night. Yeah. So I think with that, we have to go do a show.
We do have to go do a show.
We go do a show.
I got to go finish styling some wigs for the play tonight.
I got to get on stage and get a yellow ticket to leave.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Amanda, thank you so much for sharing your expertise with us this evening. Tune in Saturday night, as always, for ThNOT on my Instagram. And if you haven't, please maybe go stream Why Should I Worry?
Thanks.
That would be lovely. And we will talk with you all next week on ThNOT, right here on YouTube. Again, check out us on Saturday night. And if you aren't, please give us a follow. All right, everybody. We'll
later.
talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.